a huge race. It's kind of our Daytona 500, but it's the first race of the year. Everybody's won this race, and everybody wants to win this race. I won it 30 years ago as a driver. I won it 4 years ago as a crew chief. I'd love to win this thing again.
The March Meet is, you know, the most iconic event in the Nostalgia Series calendar. I think it'd be amazing to win an event like this, given the history of the event and just the legends that have been here, you know, before me and the legends that are going to come after us. You know, like,
I mean, everybody knows the March Meet is the one that everybody wants, right? So to win it one time was something that you could only dream of, right? So if you could somehow win it back to back, I don't know.
To say that you've been to the March Meet, I think that's just cool just to even be here, let alone try and qualify, obviously.
We've run it up twice and we've been low qualifier twice, so we really want to seal the deal here this weekend and get a win, first win of the season, and start off on the right foot.
This is my own family car now. It just means everything. I've been racing with some of these guys for over 30 years on my team, so it's just a family, 100% family here. If we win, it'd be amazing.
Session number 1, $500 on the line for low qualifier this session with Top Fuel Eliminator. These guys are tough, but unfortunately not. He's going to concentrate. Shane Stewart, another one of the guys that wheeled the fuel altered and decided to go Top Fuel racing. And Kenny Cummings, his March Meet debut, doing his burn on that three-way Chevrolet way. Fuel Eliminator final round. Pete Kaiser and Tyler Hilton, the national champion. Pre-stage is Brett Williamson. Pre-stage Tyler Hilton. For 260 miles an hour, the champ goes to the number 1 spot. Pete Kaiser to the number 3 spot at 579.7, 252 miles an hour. But the champ was there in 564.5 and 5.
Oh, and it comes to life, the Nanook.
Top Fuel Dragster. Kyle Huff's going to jog up to the starting line there. I know he'd want to be behind the wheel of this car, but man, these guys are tough, but unfortunately, Doc He's going to concentrate on the sheet burner. So his cousin, Vince Jared Hall Sr., the fabricator / painter. First car, qualifying session number 1 in top fuel eliminator.
Well, I'm not sure if you have a bad shoulder and you want to jump in a fuel halter.
They're tough.
I'd better be driving the drag.
Yeah, I won't argue with that, but you go tell Kyle that. Rick Huff looking over the family top fuel car with his son Kyle on the other side of the motor. Kyle walks away. Rick making a lot of adjustments on that car. No, there you go. Get points to his seniors. Let's go get them. Three-stage stage.
Nice lap.
Not bad at all. Shut it off at half track. Parachutes coming out there.
Some piston smoke down.
Yeah, 728, 104, 107, and 60-foot time, 286. So then first pair. In top fuel eliminator, fire up with Shane Stewart, the Aussie. Sullivan and Stewart car, the guy who designs cars for the Rivian company. The electric cars,
They're pretty hot looking.
he says they can't build enough of them.
Wow, I see a lot of them on the road.
Kenny Cummings, his March meet debut doing his burnout that three-way Chevrolet lane. Now Shane Stewart, another one of the guys that wheeled the fuel altered and decided to go top fuel rate.
That's a smart move.
Yeah, some may disagree with you on that. But I enjoyed the conversations with the guys who have said, I thought the longer wheelbase car would be a whole lot easier to drive, and not easier to drive. Shane Stewart pre-stage. Kenny Cummins coming up in that three-way Chevrolet lane. Top fuel eliminator qualifying session number 1, first pair. Hang on there, Shane Stewart. That may be moving around. Cummins pedaled it down there. 648. Debut, that wasn't bad at all, Donnie. 648, 5, 242.
Track and pedaled it, but
Yeah.
not a bad run for the.
Not bad. Brad Thompson.
Not afraid to get after that loud pedal.
Not at all. Brad, a former top fuel champion here. The Marjorie driving when he drove two guys who would like to get to the finish line under power here.
Perfect condition.
Sean Van Horn's in. Brad Thompson bringing the RPMs up on that dragster. Both up in and out of the throttle. Get back in it again. Wisely lifting. Brad will coast through first at 907.95 miles an hour. Sean at 11:39. It's really very interesting, Donnie. Two guys that are very good drivers, but they had to get, they're trying to find their way with these cars right now, and it's a combination that, as you being a coochie, you have tried, you got to work, it's a driver, coochie.
Everything's got a mesh, and there's so many things that could go wrong, and you have to adjust on these cars. It takes a while. Here we go.
Brandon out of the throttle. Tyler trucking on down through there. 58 miles an hour. Tyler Hester goes to the number 1 spot. 571.0258 on top. He's sitting in the camper. Nice round of applause for the overtime special team. 571 to go to the top at 258 miles an hour as Brett Williamson and Adam Sorokin come to life. Early style Hemi in the Forever Young cars and a small block Chevrolet in the Champion Speed Shop Special with that John Player Special type paint job.
Yeah. That little Chevy can run. We've seen him win here before.
Former March Meet champion. Adam and the team has spent a few weekends here promoting the drag strip. Over the past 2 months, tested that small block Chevrolet. Brett Williamson, a guy who does it all, up in the Garland capital of the world, Gilroy.
now they're both making final adjustments on the fuel to air ratio. Nodding at each other, saying we're ready. Here we go.
They are set. Oh, check that out. Look at that, man. Watch that down there. Top of 49 miles an hour. Adam Sorokin, 623, clicking a little early at 226. Adam to the number 3 spot. Brett Williams to the number 2 spot. Tyler Hester sitting number 1 at 571.0.
It goes up now.
Pete Kaiser, JFR dragster, of course, the reigning national champion. Tyler Hill, old 3-time we call him.
Think he's trying for that $500?
You think? How about Pete Kaiser in the 3-way Chevrolet light?
Yeah.
2 guys. Pete Kaiser doing his burnout, number 2 of the points. Tyler Hill doing his burnout. He has kept that number 1 on that car. Number 1, 3 straight years in a row for the team in from Ohio. Pete White Flora, 3-way Chevrolet leg. Tyler over here with the old man, of course, Bobby Hill, the talented driver himself. Of course, Redline Oil, Pac West Trailers, Caps Coating for the Kaiser Family Dragster, KFR Racing, Tyler Hill. Bobby Hilt walks away from his son. Both drivers pre-stay. It's going to be side-by-side 560s, I'm telling you, Donnie. Pete Kaiser would like to serve notice Tyler Hill. Oh, check that baby out. How about that to close out top fuel? 564. 260 miles an hour. The champ goes to the number 1 spot. Pete Kaiser to the number 3 spot at 579.7, 252 miles an hour. But the champ was there, and 564.5 and $500 from the Jim McClendon Foundation, and a very cool deal there. I really thought I'd see more out of that Kaiser car.
Yeah, but it's been a long winter, and he's just creeping up on it. But what a great race to close out top fuel.
So Q1, it was detuned because we had spun the tire during the test session. So we wanted to make sure the car went down the track, and so it was detuned a bit. We were probably detuned a little bit too much, and it was underpowered. So 60 foot was off, all our numbers were off, but they get really hard to drive when they're underpowered because the tire never gets up on the tire, and so it wants to kind of wallow and hunt. So I felt like I was driving, you know, a full mile to just get to the quarter mile, and it never makes you feel like you know, like what a real good run actually should feel like, where you don't do much. But this one I was kind of 5 inputs into the steering wheel to keep the thing in my lane. It looked like Brett had kind of the same sort of problem where he was coming over into the center lane a little bit, but he never went over. And so today we have a lot warmer of a track. There's more rubber on it, and my belief is that we're going to give a lot more power to the car and try to get ourselves up in the order a little bit. 5 right now I don't think will hold to Q3, so I think if we give it a little bit more power and it goes down, I want to be up in that top 3 if I can. So we'll see. It's a very there's a couple really good running cars. So Hilton's running good, Hester's running good, Kaiser's running good. All the normal cars that run good are running good. So we'll need to step up quite a bit.
Excited about the good weather and the good track conditions, and they're ready to lay some numbers down.
Up on the high side, late model 426 hitting the frame rails of this car. A little soft in the early numbers there, and no, the main used one up down there, 712, 144 for Brendan. And just tried to get some flaps on it, some seat time. Using that pedal clutch. Well,
A little light on the front end, man.
yeah, moving around there, 661, 212, Brad Thompson in the cloud of smoke. And
Yeah, it's a lot of work just driving one. I can't imagine trying to jump in that fuel altered again.
Rick Huff standing down there next to the Nanook car. His son Kyle, the regular driver on the other side of the motor. Kyle walks away. Rick still looking over, walks away. Says, Vince, go get him. Shane Stewart pulling up in that three-way Chevrolet lane. Oh, that's Stewart. Shane Stewart car trucking down through there. 586.9 in a cloud of smoke down there at the top end out of Shane Stewart's car. Vince Gerardal parachute out his coach. Both drivers pre-stage. Adam is in, waiting on that Brett Williams, light that second light. Pretty inside wall, flash of fire out of that champion car. Adam goes 597.6, 230 miles an hour. Brett Williamson goes 597.3, 244 miles an hour. Brett Williamson will stay number 5. Adam jumps up to the number 6 spot, but they may have wounded that small block Chevrolet, Donnie. 110 and 60-foot time for Adam Sorokin. Brett Williamson was better at 107. Finished number 2 in the points. Of course, everybody chased that Tyler Hester, your 3-time champion.
Wish I had a wife to talk me into buying a dragster.
Yeah,
Right?
no, never mind. So Tyler Farside and Daryl Tedford walks away. This pre-stage, waiting on Pete Kaiser. Number 2 qualifier left, number 3 qualifier right. Need to go 586.5 or better. Tyler goes down there top end. Tyler goes to 569.6, 262 miles an hour. What a cool deal, man. This is awesome. Dragster versus funny car.
Both pre-stage.
For the kings of the sport. Oh, that is going to have to hustle. Watch that baby down there top end. Bobby Cottrell, 574, takes out Tyler Hilton's 564. Check this out. They were 8 thousandths of a second separated to finish line. Bobby was 71 on the tree. Tyler missed the tree. Bobby goes 575.6, 254 miles an hour. Tyler was coming at
586 was
564.
great for us to do that pass because we've always seen it there in the data, whether we've been doing 330 hits or half track runs. We knew that was our baseline, so we just wanted to run it from A to B to put it down to get data for the top end. It felt a little loose, but we're trying a new tire at the moment, so we're just messing with tire pressure. It was great to lay down that number and verify an ET to the data again, so we can see it's there. And we learnt a lot from that run. I drove it a bit too far. It's the second time I've taken it to the stripe. It's a hot rod. We're going to get after it again. It's going to be a bit faster earlier, and hopefully it allows us to race on Sunday.
2 cars not in the field. 2 very new cars. In fact, Sean Van Horn debuted this car 3 weeks ago in a tested June session here. After he put the old Titan Speed Engineering car on its lid at Boise, Idaho in a parachute failure.
Pre-stage, Sean Van Horn.
Waiting on Vince Gerardal Sr. Both up pre-stage set, here we go. After a good move out of both cars down there, top end, Sean Van Horn, 6:14.4, 243 miles an hour, race car driver extraordinaire in that 3-way Chevrolet lane, and Brad Thompson, Piccolo Volta CT Carrillo lane.
Taking their time. Still making adjustments on Brett's car. Alright, looks like we're done. Both pre-stage.
RPM's come up big time on Brad Thompson's car. Here's Brett Williams in. Brad with a good look at the pedal down there top end. That Forever Young car, 581.4, 253 miles an hour. Brad Williamson, 6:04.9. Brad Thompson moves that number.
Taking their time, rolling in. Kenny Cummins is in.
Lights that second light. And the pedal up there, gets over next to the wall. Wow, stays right with it down there. 6:07, 244 miles an hour. You heard him pedaling about a couple hundred feet down here. Goes 6:07. Kenny Cummins gets into the number 8 spot. And unfortunately, Sean Van Horn gets bumped out.
Both pre-stage, Mike.
Looking to improve. Both of them qualified. That's a pretty good side-by-side race down there top end. Adam goes Kablawi. And Tyler Hester goes 5:72.5. Another 260-mile-an-hour run. 206.04. Adam shut.
I talked to him. He put some new parts on the car. Wasn't happy with them. Put the old parts on. So didn't show better.
Both are pre-stage. 5:56 if you want to get that $1,000 of ARP money for the quickest Nitro car in qualifying. Check that. Tyler Hill down there top end. Wow, 5:6.17, 256 miles an hour. Tyler Hilton goes quicker. Pete Kaiser also picked up 5:704, 244 miles an hour, but he will start out at that number 3 spot. Tyler Hilton starts out at that number 1 spot. Tyler Hester, number 2. Pete Kaiser, number 3. Brett Williamson will start out at number 4 spot. Shane Stewart, number 5. Adam Sorokin, number 6. Brad Thompson, number 7. And Kenny Cummins.
Well, yesterday in the last qualifier, the car actually ran pretty good. It was actually on pace for a 570 pass when we overlapped with a previous 570 lap, and we broke a bolt in the rocker area of the head, and that's what popped the blower. So I think if we don't have any breakage, we can possibly have a 570 in the car right now. I think we're going to need every bit of it to go against Kaiser. And he's every bit capable of running 560s and 260s, so I'll need to get out on him if I can and try to stay out there. So he's a tough one. He's one of the best. So we'll see what happens. But I'm optimistic and glad that they don't do these on paper.
Back in the day, and they're here cheering on their son. Both three-stage, Mike English.
Adam Stroke at deep stages. Waiting up Pete Kaiser like that second light. Adam with a big time starting right at the end of that champion car down there top end. Pete Kaiser, 5.73.3, 237 miles an hour. Adam Sorokin stole that baby off that starting line with a 50. Tyler Hester. So the defending class champ, here comes that RPM up on that Brad Thompson cart. Wow, check that baby out. Brad with a good move off that starting line, got it up at the top end. Holy cow! On a hole shot, the defending champ is out in round number 1. Brad Thompson goes 5.803 and takes out Tyler Hester's 5.770. Tyler was coming big time at 260 miles an hour, but Brad Thompson was...
Well, we're hoping to go out there and 570 him to death again. We had a couple little problems like everybody yesterday. Finally got to go 81, hurt a couple parts, but hopefully we got that figured out. Hopefully we'll go some rounds today, and like I said, 570 him to death. I ain't gonna go 561, and I ain't gonna try.
Pre-stage, come up on the high side. Set. Move off that starting line, Brett Williamson. Watch that baby down there, top end. Shane Stewart over next to the wall goes 5.96. 243 miles an hour, gets the win. Man, Brett Williamson made a big-time move off that starting line, but by the time we got to half track, Shane Stewart, both of them under 200 miles an hour at half track, but Shane Stewart had run him down 5.961. 243 takes out Brett Williamson. A brand new car, less than 2 months old, taking on 3-time Tyler Hilton.
John Van Horn from Paso Robles, not too far away from here, built that car in his garage.
Yeah, that Titan Speed Engineering, quite a place there. They're pre-stage. They're set. In the Michelob Ultimate. Wow, that baby made a move down there. 5.669. Tyler Hilton. That baby darted to the left down there. Donnie Couch, 208 miles an hour. And Tyler Hilton at 5.66.9 will pick his lane choice.
Well, we had it a little soft there for first round. Just wanted to get down the racetrack, go A to B. So ran a 66, I think. So we're going to just adjust for the altitude. The air's coming up a little bit, so we'll adjust for that and just try to keep it consistent and try to get to the finals.
We're going to find out now as the crew chief pounds on the injector and tells them to roll it on in. They're both pre-stage.
For a chance to get that coveted Mark Speed trophy. Wow, Brad first down there top end, had to shut it off. Pete Kaiser, 5.71. 254 miles an hour. Brad Thompson stole that baby on the starting line and was driving away and then started spinning the tires and moved around. He had to shut it off at 6.38.8 at just 168.
But crew chief's making the final adjustments and they walk away from the car. Bobby Hilton making a last-minute change and he walks away from the car.
Pre-stage is Brett Williamson waiting on the champ. Pre-stage Tyler Hilton. Let's go to the final. Tyler with a big time move on that starting line. Look at that great expectations car. 5.649, 263 miles an hour. 5.649, and the champ will have lane choice in the final round of Top Fuel Eliminator. Brett Williamson, 6.36.2, 175, shutting it off. And Tyler just made the move off that
about going next round. Really getting a little worried about the track temperature. I just hope they prep it really good and keep dragging it so it doesn't get too gooey up there, but I'm feeling pretty good.
Tucson, Arizona. The driver lives in Las Vegas. How about that Mike Williams coming down the return road there? Keeping that big-ass trophy in Bakersfield. Mike Williams going way to go, Dad. Two good drivers themselves. Now, Dad, they bought that Nova last year.
Top Fuel Eliminator, final round. Pete Kaiser, Red Light Oil, Packless Trailers Team Car, in that three-way Chevrolet lane, and Tyler Hilton, the national champion, 3 times in a row, will be in the Michelob Ultra lane. the odds makers have picked these two cars to run for the championship. Although there's a few other cars along the way that might have something to say about it. Pete Kaiser coming back. Is Tyler, you hear the RPM starts to come up there as the motor. He does those short burnouts they like to do. Hey, it works for them. Lane Joy's going to Tyler Hilton, that great expectations dragster at 5.64.8. Pete Kaiser could fare less. Tension is so thick on that starting line, you can cut it with a knife. Free stage. Stage. Pete Kaiser is checked out. I'm not sure that Tyler Hilton can run him down. Pete Kaiser, 5.705, 254 miles an hour, picks up that trophy. Tyler Hilton was a little tardy off that starting line, goes 5.64.1 and could not run him down. Pete Kaiser was 0.49 off that starting line, and PK and the Red Line Oil Pac West Trailers team car, your top fuel champion.
What do you think about that final?
Hey, both a good run, but a little more power to that 426.
Man, I finally had a good light when I really needed it. I've been just sucking on the tree all weekend. Terrible driving, hitting retard button. I was supposed to be shifting the car. Terrible job. And finally got my act together on the final round and got lucky.